Hey guys, welcome back to the next leg on our tour of Wales. This is the third leg of the day. We're heading here from Caernarfon up to Valley, which is old Valley Air Force Base, another old base. It's up on the Isle of Anglesey. Now that is not attached to Wales, but it's part of Wales. There's a channel that runs completely through it. And a couple things I'll tell you about it in the air, but for now let's hop in and get going. It's another short flight, so it shouldn't take us too long. The weather's cleared a bit. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Clouds have broken up a little bit and should be a good flight along the coast. So once again, we're in the aircraft, so she is fueled to where we want it. Put the mixture in, crack the throttle slightly, master on, put on the mags, and turn on the nav lights. Alrighty, we are up and running. So hopefully we don't have as long a taxi out as last time. Alright, we're going to be departing to the north.
Ground CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta request taxi for north departure. CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta taxi to and hold short of runway 2 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 122.255 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 2 using taxiway Alpha CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Well, it seems pretty basic. We're going to get these guys to give us a little push out of here. Mainly because we got the building in the way here. Oh, maybe I got to be inside the airplane. There we go. Let's push us out to the taxiway. Yeah, that should be good enough. Let him get out of the way, and we'll do a zoom in. Again, we're taking off on runway 2, so we're going to head that way and then loop around. No, sorry, runway 2. Which way are we facing? We're facing, oh, this is runway 2. Ooh, we got a bit of a taxi. Alright, well, I'm going to taxi down. I will see you when we get there. Alright, we're here at runway 2. Let's get a hold of the tower.
Tower CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta at runway 2 ready for takeoff departure to the north. CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta cleared for takeoff runway 2 north departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 2 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, we got our clearance. Head out onto the runway. Once again, we are taking off to the north. Should be a very scenic trip. Oh, overshot slightly. All right. All right, we're good to go. Easy. Easy. And we're up. So about 400 feet, we'll make our turn, and we're going to follow the coast up in that direction. So as I mentioned, this is the channel that separates...
Delta Foxtrot Delta, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace. Tower CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta, continue for north departure.
So this separates the Isle of Anglesey with the mainland of Wales and England. But it is part of Wales. A couple interesting points about it. We're going to go up to about 1,000 feet. And we're just going to fly along the coast here. We don't have far to go. We're already 10 miles away. I'm going to leave the prop where it is just because we're just heading up here. So this was the spiritual home of the Celtic Druids, and I believe, if I have my history right, this is where they fled when the Romans were tracking them down in the early part of about 77 AD to about 350, and they were hunted down here on the island. But very, very steeped in history and the lore of Wales. Another point is if you go all the way to the end of the island here, you reach Holyhead, which is the ferry terminal that takes you over to Ireland, which is pretty cool. You can see it's pretty flat. We can almost see to the other side even from here.
CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Tower CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta, frequency change. Valley approach CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta is type CubCrafters CC 19, 4 miles northwest of Echo Golf Charlie Kilo. Request flight following. CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta, Valley approach. Squawk Tree 557. Squawk Tree 557, CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta. CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta, radar contact 5 miles northwest of Echo Golf Charlie Kilo, 1,300 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
It's funny though,
CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
because we're going to be coming into land very shortly, because there's the airport we're headed to right there. Now this is another, let me just pull up the airfield chart.
Valley Tower CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta is 7 miles southeast with uniform to land. CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta, Valley Tower. Fly straight in runway 31. Altimeter 29.902, wind 274 at 8. CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta, cleared to land runway 31. Wind 274 at 8. Cleared to land runway 31, CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
So this is another Air Force base, active or not, I'm not sure. RAF Valley. But the weather, I had the winds coming out of the northwest. I don't know why all of a sudden I got westerly winds, but whatever. But this is it. This is where we're headed. Very short flight up onto Anglesey here. Again, very scenic, very, if you can get here, steeped in history. Very steeped in history. Alright, so we're going to fly basically straight towards it, and when we get onto the approach path with 2 whites, 2 reds, we'll just dump flaps, cut the power, and we should be good to get her in. Holyhead's basically directly ahead of us on the other side of that little hill, mountain type of thing in front of us. Wow, I think this is one of the shortest flights I've done. It's only about 12 miles, I think, point to point. Alright, let's start slowing down. white line there. Full flaps. Let's get her trimmed. You can see it's a fairly big airfield. Located right on the shore, or the coast, as you may say. I have to look and see if we can turn down the sensitivity of the rudder pedals. Working against the springs and stuff, there's a little bit of pressure, then it's like an instant give, and sometimes it can be a little bit of an overreaction. Don't mind if we're a little bit long, because this thing will stop very, very quickly. I don't know if that winds. Yeah, again, the windsocks aren't accurate until you're on almost on top of them. Back on the power, and we're down. It's one of my better landings. Plant the tail.
CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta exit runway when able.
All right, we got a taxiway right here.
CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta contact ground on 122.1. Going to 122.1 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
You want me to do that, do you?
Valley ground CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta taxi to parking. CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, I don't see a taxiway 25 Alpha here, so I'm just going to go over park by those other little airplanes sitting by the building over there. My charts don't show a runway 25 Alpha. But I see small airplanes there, so that's where we're headed. Unless this is what they were talking about as the runway. But it looks disused. Oh, there's a guy there. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and park right here, because why not? Good enough. Oh, almost looks like that airplane's missing its canopy. Anyway, parking brake is on. And we will shut her down. And landing lights are off. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us today on this flight. Let's see where we are. Oh, very big place. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.